Hello, welcome back to Mina's bookshelf for another royal family reading. The other day I did a reading about the state of the marriage between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and I would like to do a follow-up reading because a question that actually a card that I pulled out of the deck when I was doing the reading really screamed Princess Diana. It was the Queen of Cups, and I really felt like that was a message that was coming through the reading from her. So I would like to focus on what she feels like and what she thinks about Meghan Markle and her son and their marriage, and what could possibly be messages that she would like to deliver to her son and guidance that she might want to offer to him from above. So I reshuffled the card and I pulled out some Lenormand cards from the romantic Lenormand because I was just doing this reading for myself this morning. I wasn't intending to publish it, upload it on YouTube, but then it became very interesting and I thought of sharing it with you. But I will clarify after I show you the cards that I got from the Lenormand deck, from the Botanical Inspiration Messages, and from the Enchanted Blossoms Oracle. I will actually do some clarifications with the Muka Tarot and this is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. Okay, for transparency. I also pulled a couple of cards from the Jane Austen Oracle, and you will not believe what two cards fell out of the deck. Actually, if you take a look at my previous reading about Harry and Meghan, you will understand why this card is so meaningful, and it's so such an incredible synchronicity that this card with the domino pieces fell out of the deck from the Jane Austen Oracle deck, when there was also a card, and I think it was the Three of Wands, the very last card in a spread of 9 cards for Meghan Markle. The last one was the Three of Wands, and it pictured a lady in front of a domino pieces placed in the same manner. So it really, Spirit wants to say something. Okay, we'll keep these cards to the side here. We'll elaborate on that message as well. So I'm going to start with what the Lenormand had to say, giving voice to what Lady Diana, Princess Diana, thinks of Meghan Markle. If she was alive, I would be so curious to know. So the first line of cards was a line of 5, and we had the Heart, the Moon card, the Woman, that's definitely Meghan Markle, in the center here, the Garden, and the Stork. So, and this is the message that I got, and I will also do a little bit of bibliomancy, reading from messages from the guidebook for the Lenormand deck. So this is what I believe Princess Diana would say, what she would think of Meghan Markle. First of all, with the Heart and the Moon, clarifying the Heart card. We read the Lenormand card is this way. This would be like the noun, and this would be the adjective or the adverb that gives clarification or description of the first card. She loves notoriety. She loves fame. She cares a lot about the opinion that other people have of her. In fact, she appears as the Woman and Garden. This is the typical socialite, social butterfly, somebody who spends a lot of time in the public eye, who enjoys, who loves to be in the public eye, and is very concerned about what other people think of her, because she's very egocentric, we would say. And what the message from Lady Diana is that there's a stork at the end. This is a card that indicates change, immutability, which means that her moods, her plans, her intentions, everything changes according to what the public perception of her is. So this is how I read these cards. Now, if we go into the Lenormand textbooks and I look at the meaning of the cards, especially the moon cards and the stork cards, because those are the two cards that indicates changes, cycles, mutability, movement. The heart card and the moon card together might indicate also mutability of feelings. If we had, for example, the heart card and the anchor, I would probably say that Lady Diana thinks that Meghan Markle feelings for her son are steady, are reliable. But with the moon card, this could be also emotions that are very easily changeable. They go through cycles. There's a lot of ebbs and flows, which doesn't give the idea of a relationship and a love that is stable and that is that has longevity, that can last forever, that can be unaltered by the events. Everything seems to change in this woman's life according to how she's perceived by the public opinion, by the public. This is the person that works in entertainment, for example, with the woman and the garden. Somebody who's constantly on social media, somebody who puts everything on social media because she loves the attention. But this is so, I mean, she's very whimsical in that sense with this stork card. She's, the stork is a migratory bird, which means that it migrates towards better climates and environmental conditions according to their needs, and she's pretty much like that. From the book, for example, the moon card, there's a very interesting definition here. The moon card governs our work life and the career decisions that we make. So her relationships, her so-called feelings, and the relationship to Diana's son Harry are really fueled by ambitions and self-interest and her love for her career. This is what matters to her. This is the message that, according to the cards, Princess Diana has about Meghan Markle. It is by the light of this that we gain honor and recognition. That's all she cares, the public opinion. She likes to be at the center of the attention. She likes to earn everybody's approval. She wants to be, the first one walking in her room, although the protocol would say that she would have to stand at the very least next to her husband, not behind. And how she launches in front of him to hug people and kiss people. I mean, I think that she's been showing a lot of the disrespect towards her husband, and if not disrespect, neglectfulness, like she forgets that she has her husband next to her. So the moon casts a reflective light on our affairs, borrowing some of its light from the sun and some from the earth itself. Its changings trigger creation and growth in its waxing phase, or can help to diminish a crisis in its waning phase. The ebb and flow of the moon's energy is like the tide, and since water is linked to emotions, this is why moon also governs emotional satisfaction. But it's mainly about being in the spotlight. Love of these two cards say scream, actually, love of the spotlight. Achievements, being notable, promotions, honors, career. So this is what I see. This is what I see in the cards. This is what I think is the message that came through from Lady Diana. Just from another textbook, the moon. So when the moon appears in combination with the heart, it pre-announces like emotional storms, emotional, mutability. So it's not a constant love. It's not a steady, stable love that she has for her husband. His love for the spotlight, self-interest, wanting to be in the eye of the public attention all the time, and there's this sense of instability here. There's a changes coming up anyway. Her also the way she's perceived from the public is very changeable. She's loved and she hated. Actually, I don't know who loves her, to be honest with you. And then I asked the cards also. Where are they? Here. If Lady Diana could talk to her son, what is the message, or what is the guidance or the advice that she would offer? And I got the Star card, the Owls, the House, the Letter, and the Key. Now with this House card front and center here, I think that this indicates Harry's family, but not the family he has created with Meghan Markle. Is the family he comes from, his roots. And the reason why I believe that the guidance coming from Princess Diana refers to Harry's immediate family is because I see clarificatory conversations here, conversations that will restore harmony and peace. And on the other side, I see letter in the sense of communication, messages that might provide a breakthrough with the Key card. So what I see here is that Lady Diana is telling us that what Harry should do, he should reconnect with his family. He should reconnect, try to have clarificatory, I don't know if it's even a word, but anyway, conversation that might help restore clarity and harmony and peace, and offer of peace through communication. Try to reach out, try to find, a way, maybe find answers, trying to find a way to reconnect with them. And then the possible outcome, if he follows this advice, we have the Sun card followed by the clouds. Actually, this was like this, and then we have the Tower, which represents the royal family, again in the center, clarifying that house, with the bear and the dog. I really feel like this bear and dog represents his brother, because the dog might represent a colleague, a friend, a sibling as well. In this case, his brother, who is in a position of power at this point. So these conversations should bring clarity on a lot of misunderstanding, if misunderstanding you want to call them. I mean, all the things that Harry felt the need to say to protect his own wife, or maybe because his wife was asking him to release certain interviews or makes certain admissions that really put him in a difficult position with the royal family. So he really needs to have this clarificatory conversation. I don't know, honestly, again, this is the word clarificatory as a word exists. I will have to Google it. Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, it's a conversation that needs to happen with his brother, with William. Now, from the flower messages, what does Lady Diana think of Meghan Markle? The first card that came out was the Abundance in reverse. This gives me the sense of a very greedy person, somebody who is obsessed with prosperity and money and abundance. Ambition, this is so Meghan Markle as a card. Dignity and gratitude. And I really feel, I actually can hear the words of Lady Diana thundering and saying that she should be grateful for what she got, and she should act and treat people with more dignity, something that she hasn't done because she's obsessed with power, control, money, honors, prosperity, but in an obsessive and very dark way. And from the enchanted, no, from this is the botanical inspiration, we got power again, power and healing. To get what you love, you first have to be patient with what you have. This is the message for Meghan Markle from Lady Diana. Prosperity and compassion. Prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than on having what you want. These messages are so on point. Gallantry, grant me a single smile. And this was incredible when I pulled this card, because has been said, and as a rumor, it's a rumor that surfaced a lot, and that is the real goal of Meghan Markle was Prince William. Harry is just second best, and even when she was married, if she was engaged, she was married, and she was around Prince William, she really acted in a way that was pretty clear how she was attempting to flirt with him, be with him, the way she looks at him. She doesn't look in these public appearances, she doesn't have the same sweet eyes for her husband. And the way she looks at William, I think it's quite clear that she is besotted with William. And this is what came out. Sweet William, gallantry, grant me a single smile. Sweet William, small, has form and an aspect bright, like that sweet flower that yields great love delight. Victory and conquest. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. So I really think that this is a message from Lady Diana that says that not only she is ambitious and she has a thirst for power and riches and an obsession with power and prosperity, but that she also has her eye on William. And I will do another reading. I'm not going to say much about it. I'll surprise you with that, but stay tuned, because there will be another reading about Meghan Markle and what she has in mind, or what she had in mind. I don't know if that is still the plan for her. Messages for Harry from his mother, Lady Diana. Tranquility, faith, love, and affection. And I think it's a reassuring message. It's a way for Lady Diana to tell his son, have faith. Things will get better. She loves him. She's watching over him, and everything will be okay. He needs to calm down. We have enthusiasm and friendship. A single rose can be my garden, a single friend my world. And I really feel like Lady Diana is inviting Harry to reconnect with his friends. Meghan really forced him to cut ties with way too many people, with his family, with his network of friends. He really needs to reconnect with them. Anticipation. I felt like an arrow pulled back and ready to be launched to something big. And I think this is an announcement for some big changes. This is an announcement from Lady Diana. Things are going to change, and he will need friends. He will need to reconnect with his friends. Strength of character and moral integrity, and rebirth and new beginnings. This is a message from Lady Diana to Harry that says that he needs to conduct himself in a moral way. He should not put all those wrong values, being in spotlight, valuing prosperity in that obsessive way, seeking honor, seeking popularity, that seem to be instead the gospel for Meghan Markle. He needs to conduct himself the way his brother, his family does, with the strength of character and moral integrity. This is the stiff upper lip, so typical of the British. And again, this idea there will be a new beginning, a rebirth, an opportunity for him to start Again, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. And if the marriage between Harry and Meghan will actually end, it will be a mess. It will be a messy, messy ending. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experiences of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. So it's a very encouraging and very supportive message from Lady Diana to Harry. Just reconnect with your friends. Be prepared for some big changes, new beginnings, and always conduct yourself in a moral and stand on higher moral grounds, which are not the grounds Meghan Markle is standing on, according to my opinion. And then there were the two cards from the Jane Austen Oracle. How Lady Diana sees the relationship between her son, and Meghan Markle. And we got the London card. Your pronounced taste for entertainment could lead you off the beaten track, and the imagination in action. Your imagination is boundless. It's time to turn dreams into action with these domino pieces. And I really feel like it's all about the being in the spotlight. London, actually, for me, when I saw this card, it didn't really represent, for example, the actual London in England and the United Kingdom. This would be like the Los Angeles, the Hollywood environment Meghan Markle dragged Harry into. This is actually a quote from Mansfield Park, and Mansfield Park thematically represents, the tradition, the roots, the countryside, versus instead the corruption and the wrong moral values that the big city represents. So this is the message that I'm getting here with these domino cards, and I invite you to go and check my reading that I did the other day regarding the marriage between Harry and Meghan. This is Meghan. She's just putting these pieces of domino one after the other one to reach her goals. She's kind of maneuvering everything, and Harry is just a domino piece in her hands. So these are the messages that I got from the Lenormand card and the Oracle card. Now let's clarify with the Tarot. What does Lady Diana think about Meghan Markle? Why did we have let's see, let me track my cards back. The Heart, the Moon, the Lady with the Garden, and the Stork. Let's see. Let's clarify these first, and then we'll clarify some cards from the Oracle decks. So what does Lady Diana have to say about Meghan Markle? I'm going to cut actually we have a card falling out. We have the Six of Pentacles. Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. This is probably the most common suit when I do readings for Meghan Markle. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. And there is also an imbalance between giving and receiving. Like she is getting out of this relationship more than she's actually giving to him. Then we have the Page of Wands in reverse. This is not a very truthful, mature energy, very reliable. This could be also a card that indicates lies and gossips and mischief. What else? What else does Lady Diana want to say about Meghan Markle? If she could talk to her son, what does she think about Meghan Markle? What does Lady Diana think about Meghan Markle? If no jumpers fall out of the deck, I will cut the deck in 3. What does... Okay. We have the 3 of Wands fell out of the deck in reverse. This could be that she believes that Meghan Markle is expecting from the relationship with the marriage from her son, money, honors, a financial return. Let's put it this way, a financial return. What else do we need to know? And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, as I said before, Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. This is about the financial returns that this woman is expecting from her relationship, from her husband. But with the Six of Swords in reverse, it means that she's actually not going to get it. She's not getting from this marriage the financial return that she was expecting. So these two cards together indicate that there's a lack of success, lack of financial return. She is very greedy. She is. In this particular line of cards, the way I read this Queen of Pentacles is in the shadow aspect. This is somebody who is really obsessed with money and power. Money and riches, prosperity, wealth. That's her main goal. But she's not going to get it. She's not going to get it. Clarifying from another deck. Let's clarify these cards. The Six of Swords again. Unbelievable. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the Three of Wands. Oh my goodness. And we have the Six of Swords. Repeat cards. Repeat cards. The Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's all about expectations. She's that's her personality. I mean, she's a Leo. We didn't get a Queen of Wands. We got a King of Wands. But, you know, these cards do not indicate a gender. They indicate the entity of the intensity of the energy. And the King of Wands in reverse is an extremely ambitious and controlling person. And that's her personality. And one more card. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, this is not good news. She's not going to receive good news. If she thinks that with her way of manipulating other people, ordering people around, she really treats Harry like she's superior to him. I don't think she even really trusts him. The way she tries to stop him when during interviews he starts talking, she becomes so, you can tell she's anxious, she is irritable, she starts batting her eyelashes in that freaky way. She gets very impatient with him. So she's impatiently waiting for these financial returns, but they're not happening here. This is not good news. And I really feel like there will be a fallout with Harry. And maybe this fallout has already happened. It's just not in the public eye. Okay, I think this is it as far as regards what Lady Diana thinks of Meghan Markle and what messages actually, let me pull a few cards on her guidance. What would be her guidance? The cards from the Lenormand were talking about an advice to extend apologies, to send a formal communication to the family, try to dissipate the doubts, the misunderstanding that unfortunately were created by Harry with all the revelations in the books and interviews and legal actions. So let's see. So the cards were talking about reconnecting with family, communicating, reconnecting with it, with his brother, with the royal family, make clarity, dissipate the doubts and the misunderstanding. Let's see what how the tarot clarifies all this. Just putting these cards away here for a second. All right. So, but how interesting. The synchronicities and the messages are so spot on, even from the flower decks. I was stunned actually when I pulled those cards. I was really stunned. Okay, from what is the guidance, the advice that Lady Diana will give Harry if she could communicate with him? Maybe she communicates with him on an astral plane. I wonder if he has dreams about her. Okay, cards that are left out of the deck. What would she tell Harry? What would she recommend to do for his highest good? For his highest good, what would Lady Diana advise his son to do for his highest good? We have the Fool and the Queen of Swords. He needs to take the first step and talk to his family honestly, being absolutely honest, to take the first step. This could also indicate a card. This is also a card that could indicate a decision, a legal decision. This is the divorcee card. It might be an invitation from Lady Diana to her son to take the first step and separate himself from Meghan Markle, or anyway, to have a very truthful, straightforward conversation, make the first step and talk very clearly. He really feels like it looks like he's very subdued. It's like a puppet, and she holds the strings, ordering him around. It's sad to watch. 3 of Swords in reverse. He doesn't have to keep collaborating with Meghan Markle. And I think that some steps have already been taken to separate his business venture from Meghan Markle's venture. But certainly I do believe that his mom's advice here would be to take the first step and separate himself from the business collaboration that he initially created with Meghan Markle. One more card. One more card. Ace of Cups in reverse. This card fell out of the deck also the other day when I did the reading about the state of the marriage between the two of them. There is no love here. Yes, so this is an invitation from Lady Diana to her son to take the first step and move on, because there's no love. This is not a mutually respectful and mutually enriching kind of relationship. There's no teamwork. There's, as that 6 of Pentacles was saying here in this position before, somebody is taking more than they're giving. And it's not there's no mutual love, no mutual affection, no reciprocal affection. He definitely needs to, get out, give up. There's no point in staying in this marriage. Yeah, he really needs to give up. A lot of cards in reverse. Yeah, no more waiting. Drop one of those coins. Drop the coins. Stop letting her control your life. Just to clarify, but I think the message is pretty clear and loud. Let's clarify the message that Lady Diana, the guidance that Lady Diana would have for Harry if she could talk to him regarding his marriage with Miss Markle. We have the 8 of Swords, free yourself. It really feels, and we had the Eight of Swords and the Devil card the other day in the spread, in the reading that I did. I invite you to go and look at that. This is a prison of his own making, and if he feels like he cannot get out of it, he needs to think again. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to be painful, like the Enchanted Blossom card was saying before, but he really needs to take the first step and move out, move away, liberate himself, free himself from this controlling woman. Page of Swords. He needs to be very suspicious of her. I think what Lady Diana is saying, that don't trust her. Don't trust her. Don't take for granted whatever she tells you. Be very discerning. Be very discerning. And free yourself. One last card, and then I'm done. One last card. Messages from Lady Diana to her son about his marriage. Yes, it's over. He's really hitting rock bottom. But guess what? After this, the only way, it's up. And I would say up and away. Good riddance. Get rid of that woman. 5 of Wands in reverse on the bottom. All right, so this was my reading. Lady Diana's messages, Princess Diana's messages for her son regarding his marriage to Miss Markle. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave your constructive feedback. As you can see, I love interacting with my viewers. And if you are interested in personal readings, I'm available. You can contact me at the email address that you will find in the description of all my videos to schedule a personal reading. Thank you so much for watching. Many blessings.